Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and sorry if there's any background noise. There's some stuff going around in my house, but either way, in this video we will be learning how to use Flask, and this will be the first tutorial for it. So we'll kind of get things set up and maybe make like a hello world route and start it up. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So first of all, you would need Python installed. If you don't have it, there will be a link in the description to download it. Second of all, you would need some kind of text editor. Even Notepad could work, but I recommend Sublime Text or VS Code. I'm using Sublime Text in this tutorial just because it's more lightweight. And third of all, you will need to have pip set up your path variables. If you don't know how to do it, I might link a couple videos there to help you to do that too. So let's get into it. So first thing you would want to do is you would want to pip install Flask. So I already have it installed, so I'm not gonna, see, I get requirement already satisfied. But for you, it's actually gonna install. So after that's installed, move on to the code. So I'm gonna make a new folder. So in this folder, I'll make a new file, and I'll call this main.py. After you get a new file, you can just do Ctrl+S and you can name it. As you can see, I saved it to my directory. And so now, that was only for Sublime Text. So now I'm just gonna import Flask. So there's actually the Flask that we're going to use, like Flask is actually inside the module we imported. To run the web server, you have to import Flask inside the module. As you can see, there's a difference. This one has a capital F, this one has a lowercase one. So just do from Flask, import Flask. So it's basically going to import it within the Flask folder of the Flask module. So after that, app equals Flask underscore name underscore, and then we can end that. You don't really need to know what this means, it's just the file name. So it's just gonna init with Flask. It doesn't really affect anything. I haven't tried it out, but I think you could put anything in there. We'll try it out at the end of the episode. So after that, if you want to run it, most people do this. So name. So basically, all this if statement does is checks if the name of this file is like if we're running this file or we're importing it from somewhere else. If we're importing it, it's not gonna run this code or not. It will. So we'll just keep it like that for now because we might import stuff here like later on as we turn it into a package and fix that up later. But so just type this if statement and then do app.run. So right now if we run it, nothing's gonna show up, but if you do, because you don't have a route, so right now we're just gonna make a route. So to make a route, we can add app.route. If you don't know what these are, you don't really need to, but they're just decorators. So you can do app.route, and you can specify like the path you want it. So slash would be the home page kind of thing. For now, we'll just do slash, and we can also specify methods. So for now, it's just gonna be get, which is the default method. You don't have to keep this here, but if you wanted like a put request or a patch or a post, right, you would have to put that there. So for now, the default's always get, so you don't need to put that for get. So then we can define then we can make a function. So just put slash home route. And there are no params in this, but if it was like a post request or something, you could import requests from up here, and you can grab like what they sent in application/JSON. So after that, we can, so basically when we do return, that's what's basically going to show up. So if we just return text, it's just going to show the text in HTML with the p tag. But if we can also return HTML here. So if I do something like this, actually we're not allowed to do that. So if I do something like this, and I just do h1, so right now I'm just creating an h1 tag, so I can put a hi inside of hello, okay, and then I can put world outside you, the text once we run it. So I'm gonna save the file, and I'm gonna go back to here. Make sure you're in the directory of the file. So I'm not, so I'm just gonna cd into it. And now I'm gonna, so for Windows, for Mac or something, you probably just run Python or Python 3. But I'm on Windows and my path's not set up properly, so I can just run this. It doesn't matter. You can, if Python doesn't work on Windows and it brings up like Microsoft Store, then just use py, and you can specify versions if you have different versions. So I have a different version I want to run it on, so I'm just going to run it on that. And then we specify a file name. So I think I named it main.py. Yeah, okay. So as you can see, I named it main.py. And a way we can, as you can see, it's running right now. So I'm gonna open up a Chrome tab and show you. Okay, and sorry, I can't open a Chrome tab in this video, but we will test it out next video. So one other way to test it out is, before we actually test it out, I'm going to show you some parameter, like some extra parameters you can put into the app.run function. So we'll put debug equal to true for now, because it's just going to help us get through some errors. And we'll put host equal to our local IP address. So if you put your public IP address, it won't work, and if you put some random IP address, it's not going to work either. You need to put your own local IP address. So for mine, it's 8.15.111. Now, I don't really care if you guys see this or not, because it's my local IP address. The only way this would actually help you is if you knew my if you were on my network. Like if you were on my network currently, then you can do something with this IP, but right now you're probably not on my network, 99.999%, or 100%, I'm sure. So yeah, so we can specify host, we can also specify a port, and the port also needs to be a string, so we can do 9000. And then if you have like a certificate, you can also specify that SSL content. So at the end, near the end of this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a certificate, but it's going to be on Linux, so I'm not sure if you can make it on Windows. What I'm going to install might only be available for Linux, but you can try. But that'll be in a later episode, you don't have to worry. You can put a tuple here, and you can put your certificate, right? .pem, and then you can also you also put your private key. So these are the two things you need, and it has to be in the same directory, or else it's not gonna work. But we're not gonna worry about this right now. So if you don't have one, you don't need to use it, and even if you have one, you should probably wait until near like the end when we actually like get a couple of years. You can probably use it if you want to. So after this, now if I go on to my command prompt, so and I get out of the server, and I run that. As you can see, it shows like as you saw, I put port 9000. Now it's running on port 9000 instead of 5000, and it's set a localhost. If you don't know, this is localhost IP kind of thing. It's running on my local IP address, so anyone on my network can access this website, not just like my computer only, but if you're not on my network, like if you're not connected to my Wi-Fi, you're not going to be able to access. That's one thing to note. That might be good for like testing something, like if it works on other people's computers, not just yours. If you did some like computer specific things. And all of this other stuff, you don't really need to worry about this. And this is just a development server we're running, so I don't recommend you use it for production. We'll get into that, how to set up a production server later on. But as you can see, we made it our own route. Now you can't see this route right now, but if you test it, it will definitely work. I can't show you right now because my computer's gonna crash, but I assure you that the route would work. So all you have to do is go onto this. So since we put a slash, so you probably put your own local IP address, and you maybe put the same port as me. So whatever your local IP address, do here. So local underscore IP. So you would do that, then don't put brackets around your local IP. I just did that to show you. So then you do that, colon, the port number you chose. I chose port 9000, as you can see. So port number. And then you can put a forward slash or not. Even if you don't put a forward slash, it's going to redirect you to the forward slash. So yeah, and we set up the route only for forward slash. So if you go on forward slash, you're gonna get something, but if you go on like something else like that, it's just gonna keep on loading forever and say it can't connect. And on your server, you'll get a 404 error, bad request. And yeah, and make sure your the protocol is HTTP and not HTTPS. We haven't done an SSL certificate, so like we haven't inserted it. So you need a http:// and then your local IP, colon, the port number, and you can put forward slash or not. But that's it for this video. Stay tuned for the next video. And also, sorry for not uploading in a while. I had to do a lot of stuff, and I was working on a ton of other stuff. Like right now, I'm working on a kind of application, security application thing. So when that's out, I'm also going to post how to use it and all that on this YouTube channel. But for now, see ya.